What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Pumping more videos because I realize how much I like making videos and I don't really like taking pictures that much anymore. But I'll still be uploading pictures on my Instagram. Follow me at stealth_C63s. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, ring the bell, hit the bell. Probably wondering, Uli, why are you shooting videos in the same spot every time? Well, one, I'm by myself. And I don't know if you can hear the echo, but echo! It's very secluded. There's no cell phone service, so no one can bother me, even though no one texts me. And it's beautiful out today. No sun because the sun sucks for recording. But let's get to the video. Today's gonna be the top quirks about the C63s for the people who own it and might not know some of these features, or for people who are just curious, how quirky is this car? And I know you guys watch Doug DeMuro quirks videos, but I don't think he's ever done a C63s Coupe quirk video, so that's why Uli's coming in. He's gonna break the market. He's gonna make Doug DeMuro lose so many subscribers because this quirk video is gonna be amazing. Just kidding, I love you, Doug DeMuro. But let's get started. First things first, the steering wheel. So the car's steering wheel is actually not straight on like a normal steering wheel. And I'm gonna try my best to show you guys on camera what it looks like. It's kind of hard to see the perspective unless you're in person, but this is what it looks like. So I don't know if you guys can tell, so the gauge cluster is what's straight. So that is what is actually straight on. And now if you look at the steering wheel, if I can get back as far as I can, zoom out. Okay, so you can see where the middle screen doesn't line up with the Mercedes Star. It's because the steering wheel column, you can see better now, is crooked. And when I first bought this car, I was like, wait, what? And I was worried it was gonna bother me the whole time, but luckily you get used to it. But sometimes you're driving and then you realize, oh my God, this thing's not straight on, and it kind of trips you. But that's probably one of the quirkiest things about this car is that the steering wheel is not straight on. It took some time to get used to this because it's just so weird. All right, so the next quirk is actually still inside. I came back outside of the car because it's kind of dark in there, but all right, let's check it out. You have the light panel here. You have the rear fog lights. You have the auto lights, the high beam, the LED markers, which if we switch, turn on the LED markers, get a little signal from Mercedes saying, hey, they're on. You can see that the LEDs are on. Now, if we go back inside, sorry for the heavy breathing, I've been running around. You have this, shout out Mercedes, you have these park lights. I think that's what the P stands for. So if we turn it to the second click here, it has a right arrow to the right, left arrow to the right, left arrow to the left. That was dumb. You can see it actually turns on only one of the LEDs, which is just bizarre to me because why would you ever need to just turn on one of the LEDs? And then the same thing for the left, you can just turn on the left one. I don't know what the purpose of that would be, but I'm assuming maybe so people see you when you're parking and you don't want both on. I don't get what the difference is of having one on or two on. And that's the second quirkiest thing about this car. So the other thing that's quirky about this car brings us to the rear of the car. I've been saying car a lot. If you look, you can see that the exhaust pipes are fake. Yeah, the exhaust pipes don't even come to these tips right here. You can see the two outlets right over there. If this camera focuses, bring up the ISO, you can kind of see, well, not kind of, but you can see that they're not lined up with the tips at all. And that's for both sides. And I don't know why manufacturers do that. People like big exhaust tips and they're right there. You might as well just connect them. So the one thing that isn't a downfall of the tips not lining up with the actual exhaust is that this car sounds freaking amazing. So yeah, the exhaust tips might be fake, but this sounds still really amazing. And that's why I don't mind that the exhaust tips are fake. So another quirky thing about this car, I don't even know how many are numbered now. I'm not even gonna number a list. Just quirky things about the C63s is that these center caps, which you'll see on center lock like F1 cars or like the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, you'll see center lock caps. Well, these are fake. And one of the issues about these fake center caps is that well, they hide the 5 lug nuts, but you can kind of see that the Mercedes emblem is starting to fall off. And I had a center cap fall off because I hit a pothole. So I went to Mercedes thinking like, oh, okay, well, it's not going to be too bad to, you know, buy a new center cap. They sell them at Mercedes, whatever. Well, these center caps are actually specific to the center lock wheels, and these are the forged AMG wheels, which cost a lot more than the regular stock wheels on any Mercedes or the C63S. They quoted me at $500. Yes, $500 for a center cap. Not even the emblem. You have to replace the whole center cap. And because it's a forged wheel, it's forged aluminum, it costs $500 to replace. That's outrageous. And I think that's a quirk in its own, that you have to pay $500 if your center cap emblem breaks, which is made out of plastic. So the next quirky thing is also another inside part. It goes back to being in the steering wheel. Keep going back and forth, but oh well. So the next thing is, and I kind of highlighted this in my like and dislike video, which you can check up here, but you can actually remove the button and you can actually start the car with the physical key. And this is for only the 2018s and below of this model, the W205. The 2019, they got rid of that. But I just think removing the start button is such a quirky feature, and you don't really see that in a lot of cars at all, only Mercedes. All right, so the next thing is actually about the rear seats. And I think this is a quirk because it just doesn't really make any sense to me. And Mercedes, please answer me in the comments why this was designed like this. But let's check it out. So we're here in the trunk, and you can see, I'm gonna bring up the brightness, there we go. You can see these handles, and it actually splits the rear seats down 60 to 40. Why is it in the trunk? Maybe you need to get more space in the trunk while you're loading stuff. Okay, that makes sense. But let's go back in the back seat. There are no buttons or handles to release or to open the rear seats. What that means is that you can't bring down the seats from inside the car. You always have to be on the outside. And when we were wrapping the car, we actually had closed the trunk, and because the trunk doesn't have any power when you're wrapping, you want to disconnect the battery when you're removing stuff on the car. There's no battery, so there's no power, so the trunk couldn't open. Well, the trunk couldn't open, so we couldn't release the rear seats to get in the back seat to wire up the battery to open up the trunk again. So it was kind of a situation where you're like, you're kind of stuck because you can't open the rear seats to get into the trunk because the rear seat release is in the trunk. So we found a way to get in, and you know, all is good. Obviously, that's why I'm here. But that's just kind of a weird design flaw to me, where you can't bring down the rear seats in the rear seats, because my Audi S4 that I had, you could bring down the rear seats by pushing a button on top in the rear, and you could also have those switches. So Mercedes, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. So we are back in the car for another quirk. Let me turn on the system. So another weird small thing that I've noticed while driving this car is that there is no indication of volume. And don't judge me for my music taste, but you can turn up the volume, and hopefully I don't get copyright strike. You can turn up the volume and you can turn down the volume, but there's no indication of what level you are. So if you're the type of person that needs an even or odd number with the volume, well, you are out of luck, because you can get neither and you won't know which one you're on. So if that bugs you, sorry to say, but you probably shouldn't buy this car. All right, guys, so that concludes the video on the quirkiest things about my C63S. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to hit the like button and hit subscribe, because it helps support the channel, and any support from me makes me make more content and bring entertainment to you guys, which I hope I do. But yeah, so don't forget to do those things, and let me know in the comments below if you guys like these type of videos and you want to see more content on the C63S or photo editing or investing. Just let me know. But yeah, see you guys on the next video.